Hey everybody, welcome back. This is my second attempt at making a video today. The first one, I don't know what happened. I turned around at the end and looked, and it had cut off about 5 minutes previously, and I hadn't caught it. So, I'll try again with this one. Now, you may notice this is a little bit bigger than what I usually do. I actually dug out the big canvas. I want to try something, and I thought I needed a little bit bigger medium to work with on it. I'd seen something the guy was doing here earlier, and I want to see if I can do something similar. So join with me as I try to do this one. It's going to be a moon planet type thing over some water, and we'll see how it goes. Yeah. So I got this gloss citrus green. It's a new color. And I'm going to put that down as the base coat. And this thing is leaking like crazy for some reason. Wow. Okay. Well, I like the color. Don't like what the can's doing. I may have to switch out the caps on it, or the nozzles. We'll see. Anyway, so there's the base coat, and then we're going to add in a little red plum. And then I will throw a little bit more on top of that and see if it keeps splattering. Alright. And then I'm also going to try something different too that I haven't usually done. And I'm going to actually put a little black on top of it and a little white. Then, with my handy dandy, where you at? There you are, bag that I actually had in my pocket, creating all the wrinkles, I'm going to throw that down to make the texture. And we'll see what it looks like. Now remember, when you're making your planet, if you lay it down once and you don't like what it looks like, do it again until you get the texture you want. You can also respray paint on top of it and re-pull the bag up to make different textures. You don't have to just put it down once and go, I guess I'm stuck with it. Alright, so there's that. Now that we are going to let dry just a little bit, and there's another thing I want to say. When you're using canvas instead of poster board, your paint is going to act differently. So you might want to get used to what the differences are. With poster board, it'll actually absorb a little bit more of that paint. And with poster board it sticks on top better. With canvas, it absorbs it back in better. If the canvas is not treated already, make sure you put some kind of primer on it, or make sure that the poster board you get is pre-primed. Alright, so now of course we want to put our shadow on there, and since I got more dark here and light here, I'm going to put the shadow over here off to the side, and we just give her a little bit of smiley face. Shake the can up every once in a while because it will just stop spraying for whatever reason. And then on the other side, we'll put a bit of a highlight. Now we want to hold it back because we want it just like the overspray on there. We want it more of a shadow, or a misty type of look and not just a real dark or real solid white. Because we want some of that color to shine through it. So now we let that set. Let it dry some. Then we put our cover back on. Pick a good spot. Drop her down there. Alright, now we're ready for step 2. You see I'm actually using a plate today as well, so that gives you an idea of how big that canvas is. So now, we do a nice coat up here for the sky. And we're going to actually stop about there because this is going to be some water down here, so I don't need to go down too far. So we want to make sure that we've getting all this edges of the canvas and everything. Make sure that's all good to go. My black's starting to run out. Oh, and every couple of minutes you probably want to shake your can up because it will stop spraying or it'll start sputtering if you don't. So, yeah, the wife's pointing out that the edges of the canvas stick out like a sore thumb. So I shall cover the edges of the canvas.
Top corner.
Oh yeah, I'll use a different color on the bottom part. I don't like stretchies. Stretchies suck.
Only because you're old.
True. What's up?
What's up?
I'm tired. I had to deal with a
And I'm
cranky
working
baby.
on a
I'm Jim.
car.
Nice to meet you.
I had to deal with a cranky baby. Okay.
Well, you shouldn't call Bella a cranky baby.
I was calling Nene.
Oh,
Yeah, she
sorry.
kept arguing and complaining and more
So a
arguing.
typical baby.
Very typical baby. She's
no,
been
I'm
she's
at that
been
house.
she's been helping my brother Justin fix the
Jeep. They have a leak, so I'm working on a Jeep.
Yeah, I heard. Are you ready to go to church tomorrow?
Yep.
You better.
'Cause
You ready to go
I'm-
to church tomorrow? Okay.
The only reason why I decided not to come back
It's her brothers.
is because of my brothers.
What'd they do, threaten you?
No, I haven't
I
seen
can go over
them.
and beat them up.
I haven't seen.
I mean, I might fall down and hurt myself on the
No,
way.
you're probably going to. Knowing my brothers, yes. They won't even fight me, and I've smacked them and punched them.
All right, hey, you do realize you're admitting violence on camera, right?
Sorry, guys.
Anyway,
It's family.
is this what you wanted? Is this why you're over here?
It is now.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe you did that, because the vehicle over there with the door open, ready to go.
Oh, yeah. It was hot in there, so.
Oh, okay.
Ow! I mean, I'd rather have the tickler than that.
Hey, the exit smell pretty decent today.
I just put deodorant back on.
Your hoodie.
Yeah, it's washed.
Cool.
Getting it washed.
Awesome. Did
It's
you
in the
see the
dryer.
stencils inside? We got some iron-ons. Boo. Okay.
Boo.
Now that we're done with the sidebar,
Oh, look at you.
I've got the sky done. Now I've got to get some stars in there. So let's flicky some stars. So on the finger, flicky. Don't ask, I don't know why I'm saying flicky. Maybe because I am tired. I was up at like 6 o'clock this morning and was in bed at 1. And for an older guy who currently does not have a job, because my previous employers decided that they no longer needed me and my injured knee at work, where I actually heard it at work, but there's neither here nor there. Anyway, okay, enough of that. I don't care, you don't care, let's move on. Alright, there we go, the stars, the planet, the empty space down here that we're going to do something with. Let's pull off the cover and let's see what we've got behind it. And behind door number 1 is that. Alright, we should be done with that. Now comes step number 2. Excuse me. Actually, there is one other thing I want to do. Should be able to get that down pretty close. Okay. One other thing I want to do is, if you look up at a sky, night sky, day sky, whatever, it's not just pure black, it's not just pure blue, white, whatever. There's always a little bit of a hint of color behind it. So, I'm going to add just a little bit of hint of a color behind it. There we go. Now we got a little bit of blue, dark and light blue in there. That's a little better. Next step is water. So, our planet has some of the red, some of the yellow, and of course white and black. And then the sky has a little bit, just a little bit of the bluish color. So we're going to add all that and incorporate it all into our water. Let's see if I can get this to go the way I want it to. A lot of times it works out great, sometimes So we're not going to cover it like half and half like I've done before. I'm just going to take the bottom part of the planet, try to make it fairly even. Shaky, shaky. I want to cover up that splatter from earlier. Come on. My black is quickly running out. It's starting to sputter really bad. That's alright. And I'm holding it down way too close because of that. You never really want to hold it down too far, except for it just keeps sputtering, so. The more it sputters, the closer I get to the canvas. Alright. I think this one's about had it. Alright, I think I got everything covered. So, there's the area we're going to work with the water. We got the black down. We're going to add in just a little bit of white with it. Going to add in some of that green. A little bit of that plum red. And then finally, to go with the black, and of course the wind has to pick up, we're going to add in just a little bit of the darker blue. Touch of this lighter blue with the acrylics. And I'm going to try a different technique for the water. And we're going to take a sharp edge and scrape across like this. And since it is really, really dry, before I can do any more, I'm going to give it a shot with the clear coat to loosen that paint up some. A little easier to handle. Now let's try this again. Man, it's sticking pretty good. Right, let me fold this up again. Get a clear spot. Sorry, I gotta stand up for a second. My back's starting to go, hey! And I want to put a little more clear coat on there. We gotta try to get that thing to actually look like water. Okay, that's a little better. So I'm still not super happy with it, but it'll be fine. I'll manage. It will be okay. I said it'll be okay. Shut up. All right. Moving on, we grab a brand new black. And as he said, you want to kind of break up that straight line there. So we're going to put in a cutout a stencil for a rock. And we're going to spray a rock in there. Rock! And I want to actually, on the bottom, I want it to look like the rock's going into the water, so we're going to add a little bit of that in there, and then we're going to take an edge and kind of add just a little bit of white. All right, there's one. And then, because we don't want the things to look the same, add another. All right, rock, don't run. We'll add one more rock on that side, and once again we'll put in just a little bit of a point on the bottom. Sorry for the clearing of the throat. My allergies are acting up, and it's sometimes kind of hard to get my throat to work right, especially when I've been talking for a while. Now, take that white again, add a little more down here, take a straight piece of cardboard, get just a little bit of white paint on that, and do this. Because we add just a little bit of white highlights into that water to show a bit of ripple effect. Sorry. And right here, where the water's coming in here, we want that water showing like it's hitting the rock. So, and then a little bit more white. Okay. And then wiggle, 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 wiggle. That's when that water's coming over the side of the rock. And then I will take one of these. Not exactly what I wanted. That is not what I wanted. Not even close. So, gotta get my black out again. Cover that up. I actually wanted the clear coat, not the white. That shows how important it is to pay attention to what you're doing. However, it also shows that when you do goof up, you can go through and fix it. So, we're going to fix it. We're going to try to fix it. So we just put that back down. Get another little piece of cardboard. Just a little bit of the white there where the rock is at. Alright. Now, we grab our clear coat. We clear coat these rocks down. I think these are going better when the grandkids were here. Anyway, and just a little bit of, bring some of that out because the light is coming in behind the rocks, but there should be just a little bit of a glare on top and just over the edge of it. So we're going to add in just a little bit, like where the rock would have indentations. We want to bring in a little bit of color and maybe some white. We do it on both sides. We don't want to do too much, but the lighter you push, the less you bring up. The harder you push, the more you bring up. We don't want a whole lot, so we're not going to push too hard, but we do want some of that to come through. So, and then that's right there is where the rock's at on the edge. And this is the edge where the water's kind of hitting it. So. And again, this is one of the things I was saying about canvas is it acts and will handle paint and scraping and stuff a lot different than you'll see poster board do. Like with poster board, I'd have been doing this and it would have been coming up bright white. This, not so much. And there's a little bit of color behind it, which is good because there's color. I know. Talk, 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 talk. Let's get this thing done so you can see the end result. Excuse me. Again, I'm sorry about the allergy thing, but not much I can do about it. The good Lord's seen fit to give me an allergy. I deal with it. Just a little bit here. Alright, so we got a little bit of the splashity here. Black sky, moon, and just because, why not? I'm already here, so we might as well keep going. It'll take me a little straight edge piece of canvas, or well, that's cardboard, straight edge piece of cardboard. Get me a little black on there, and right up here. Birdies! Now, I have not done birds a lot. I've done them a couple of times, but not a whole lot. So, if they look good, awesome. If they don't, sorry. Not sure what that is. Starfighter, I think. Anyway. Two birds fighting over an acorn or something, I don't know. But, you know, for only doing them like 2 or 3 times, and making a huge mess over here with all my dirty paper, Alright, splashy splashy. Finally, I need, where is it? That'll work. Now, we've talked about this before. I showed you not that long ago when I was doing some waterfalls. We want some overspray where the water is kind of splashing up against those rocks, so we want a little bit of a foam. It looks like it's splashing up against it. So you take this and you allow that overspray to give it just a little bit of a cloudy effect. Make sure whatever you're using to scrape it off, because as you can see with all that white there, you'll build up a bunch of paint on it and it will drip down onto your painting. And unless you want that effect, you know, and you're specifically going for it, make sure that you clean off whatever you're using to do this. There's a little better. So that's where the water's coming lapping up around the rocks. And then just because I want to see what happens, I'm going to give it just a couple of spritz and see if I can actually remember to tell myself, don't move your utensil and don't move the can. Just let the overspray go in, take effect. And don't move it around, or you end up with hooks, as I found out several times. Okay, that's enough of me playing around. Holy mackerel, 30 minutes. I think that's the longest video I've done. Of course, having the girls here just standing there staring at me for whatever reason did not help. Having a bigger canvas where you got to put a little more into it, that didn't help either. But there you go. There's my canvas. I don't know if you'll be able to see the whole thing or not, but a moon, water, some rocks, just to break up the monotony. Not too bad. And for my final 2 steps, since I've already gone 30 minutes anyway, I might as well, right? 1, seal the canvas with clear coat. I'm almost out of this can of clear coat too, so. 2, initials. J. Wah. L Y C squiggle. And 24. There. Squiggle my diggle 24. And there you have it, a nice big canvas painting. I don't do those very often because that canvas costs like $10 just for the canvas. And that's one of the cheaper ones. So I use them very rarely when you can get poster board for $1 and cut like 4 pieces out of it. Anyway, till next time, I hope you watch. You can forward through the middle parts, of course. When you get to the end, I hope you watch, and I hope you enjoyed it. Till next time.